Ranjan, I wonder how much this is reflective of the risk trade in general right now and how much it just underscores. I still don't understand what's moving cryptos and why crypto fans want them to move so much.
I mean, John, I have to tell you, today, watching that move at around 9 a.m., I don't even have any positions on in crypto for full disclosure, yet I was getting those butterflies in my stomach just the same as if I had a lot of risk on. Stepping back on that Chinese announcement, I think it's important to remember China since 2013 has firmly said that any kind of financial institution could not use cryptocurrency for payments or other related services. And let's remember, does anyone really think that the Chinese government is going to wholeheartedly support a financial vehicle that is all about the decentralization of authority and power? I think it's more important that we kind of take a step back and look at what has this cycle been in the last 6 months or so, because we're seeing something huge here. Bitcoin was only at $10,000 in October. Elon Musk started tweeting about Doge only in December. He put hashtag Bitcoin in his Twitter profile at the end of January, and that spurred a 20% move from 32 to 38K on January 29th. We're right back there. So this cycle, I mean, it's moving fast, and that move to 60K, it all feels like it's getting crazy, but we're just back to where we were in January.
Yeah, and
so I think
it seems to me like if you believed in Bitcoin and crypto in January, what's changed really? I mean, it's gone on sale for you then. Has there been anything fundamental that has shifted here if you're not just chasing headlines, if you're not just chasing tweets, if you either believe in this or don't believe in this? It seems to me like you should still be in that camp.
I mean, there are a lot of very smart people that I respect a great deal working in cryptocurrency and blockchain and who genuinely believe this will transform financial markets as we know it. But by the same token, in the last few months, again, Elon was tweeting about Doge, and then in Clubhouse, the social audio app in February, he came out and said that occasionally I make jokes about Dogecoin and they're really meant to be just jokes. And now we're back to the point that, you know, suddenly it's not a joke anymore. And Bitcoin is the problem because of its energy usage, and Dogecoin potentially could be the currency of the future. It's that volatility and it's that kind of making a joke out of our financial markets that I think is going to prevent any real progress in the near term in the actual fundamental change that cryptocurrency and blockchain can provide for the financial system.
Ranjan, it's Deirdre. Good morning. I got to thank you for pouring some cold water on the China news and, you know, its effect on Bitcoin. We talked about this earlier this morning on a live stream. But as you said, China has always been against crypto. That should come, Bitcoin, excuse me, that should come as no surprise. But I wonder, is it the bigger problem then that institutional investors may be driving this wave of selling? Or Kate Rooney told me earlier that it was on margin calls. And also you look at a chart seeing more institutions favoring gold recently over Bitcoin. Is that a more bearish signal for cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin than perhaps headlines out of China?
Yeah, I believe that institutional money into crypto right now is chasing the wave. When it dominates every single headline, of course, you're a fund manager, you are building financial technology at a large bank. You have to do something. Your boss is going to be telling you, why aren't we in on this? But remember, they're the first to leave when the price starts going down if they don't truly believe in it. And again, the true kind of nature of all of this technology is about decentralization. So large concentrated financial institutions don't really at their core believe in it. You know, institutional money is going to be the first out the door. I mean, even the paper hands in this case, as opposed to the diamond hands. So yeah, I think that could be the most telling part of this.
Huh.
Yeah, I think that's, I mean, diamond hands, Jamie Diamond Hands are much different than regular diamond hands. He had obviously excoriating words about Bitcoin earlier on. And even today, Ranjan, JP Morgan says institutional investors appear to be shifting away from Bitcoin back into traditional gold, reversing the trend of the prior 2 quarters. So I guess the question is, can the market evolve? Can it continue to evolve just on retail? Or do you really need these big players to say we're in for the long term?
I mean, I think, Carl, we just made a Jamie Diamond Hands joke on CNBC. 2 weeks ago, Gary Gensler was on CNBC and Andrew Ross Sorkin was interviewing him. And, he asked him, are you going to be watching Elon on SNL? And they kind of laughed. And he said, probably not. But here's the thing. Gary Gensler should have been watching Saturday Night Live because Elon Musk did move a financial tradable asset with a $70 billion market capitalization. And remember, that didn't happen on an interview on CNBC with Deirdre and Carl and John and Julia. That happened on an interview with Michael Che and Colin Jost that financial news broke that majorly moved a market. So I think we just have to remember that, again, Jamie Dimon, he's against it, he's for it. These things are moving so fast that they don't allow these technologies to develop in a responsible or a proper way.